Have you ever wondered why something that used to make you feel amazing no longer seems the same when you look in the mirror? Perhaps it's the striped outfit you once adored or that blouse with flowers. The truth that no one tells us is this: what makes you look good at 30 doesn't always make you look beautiful at 60. No matter how fashionable or timeless, some prints might make you appear older, wider, or detract from your inherent beauty. Here's the good news, though. It's not necessary to completely abandon patterns. Actually, the correct prints can elongate your silhouette, lift your face, and best create an unforgettable impression. The 7 prints that frequently operate against women over 60 will be revealed in this video, along with further crucial advice on what to wear in their place. I'll teach you how to replace outmoded options with sleek, contemporary designs that showcase the self-assurance and sense of style you've accumulated over the years. Stay with me through to the finish if you're prepared to dress with beauty, purpose, and timeless sophistication. This will permanently alter your perception of your closet. 1. Microprint chaos. It has a charming, delicate, and playful appearance. However, what if your beloved dress's delicate igne design is the reason your ensemble feels a little off? On the hanger, microprints, little, closely spaced patterns that resemble tiny flowers, dots, or specks, may appear endearing. However, the effect alters after you put them on. They may overpower your silhouette rather than enhance it. Additionally, they may inadvertently make you appear even older or more worn out rather than youthful. What causes this to occur? Our facial features grow more sensitive as we age, and patterns that are too small or too thick typically produce a visual buzz. Our skin tone also softens. It resembles static on a TV screen. The inability of the eye to focus draws attention away from your inherent beauty. You disappear into the background as the print takes center stage. I wore this lovely blouse covered in tiny navy and white flowers. One viewer, Margaret 67, shared with us. It seemed elegant to me. However, I appeared exhausted in every picture taken that day. I also appeared to be slouched even though I wasn't. That served as a reminder. The science behind it is as follows. Vertical visual flow is disrupted by small, grouped prints. They cut apart the body rather than lengthening it. On looser textiles or cuts without structure, this impression is much more pronounced. As a result, the eye may focus on the print rather than the entire contour, blurring your natural curves. The noise only becomes worse when you include older skin that can have texture or pigmentation. However, the answer is straightforward and effective. Replace the confusion with clarity. Select bigger, evenly spaced patterns that give each part space to breathe. Imagine graceful palm leaves that gently cascade over a cream backdrop. Alternatively, utilize bold, medium-sized polka dots that are spaced just right to anchor rather than distract the eye. Additionally, geometric prints look fantastic on solid, neutral bases like warm white, dusty blue, or taupe. These hues make you glow from the inside out and lessen the print's apparent impact. Here's an added bonus. Your silhouette can be subtly elongated and slimmed by the gentle vertical line created by these more ordered, distinct patterns that raise the attention higher. You don't vanish when you wear these prints. You're in the best possible frame. Style advice. Combine these prints with simple, uncluttered accessories. An earring of soft gold. A muted tone leather bag. Just enough work should be done by your print. Neither more nor less. Because you've earned the right to be noticed rather than disappear at the age of 60. And keep in mind that the issue is not with the print per se. It's how it either honors or diverts attention from the wearer. Therefore, the next time you're perusing the racks, consider whether this print draws attention to itself or enhances my presence. Your style is evident when the solution is 2. For women over 60, the stripe trap horizontal stripes can be one of the most deceptive options, despite their lively and contemporary appearance. Although they're sometimes linked to a carefree nautical style, they can actually subtly yet effectively contrast with your natural silhouette. Particularly around the midsection, waist, and hips, stripes that are tiny, closely spaced, and in highly contrasted hues like black and white have a tendency to optically enlarge the frame. They can give you a shorter, boxier appearance rather than lengthening it. Additionally, if they are positioned close to the face, They could highlight features you want to soften, such as the shoulders or neckline, throwing off the overall harmony of your appearance. Here's the good news, though. It's not necessary for stripes to be prohibited. Selecting the appropriate sort is the key. Your best pal is a vertical stripe. They naturally direct the eye upward and downward, giving the impression that you are taller and more composed. Better still, choose stripes that are softer and have less contrast, such as pastel blue on white, soft gray on ivory, or beige on cream. These pairings offer sophistication without drawing undue attention to themselves. Another option is to use pastel colors with broad, evenly spaced stripes. These assist draw a more elegant line across your body in addition to feeling more contemporary and professional. Imagine a light pink shirt tucked into high-waisted pants with delicate white vertical stripes. It's timeless, flattering, and AIC. Add stripes to structured clothing, such as fitted dresses, A-line skirts, or jackets, for an even more elegant look. They enhance your ensemble without overpowering it when combined with crisp lines and high-quality textiles. Balance is essential while styling. Pair your striped item with neutral, solid hues, such as a pinstripe midi skirt with a fitted navy top or a striped blouse with cream trousers. Keep your accessories tasteful but simple. A soft leather handbag, a thin gold bracelet, or a nude pump effortlessly finish the ensemble. It's not really about avoiding stripes in the end. It's important to comprehend them. Your entire appearance can be enhanced, lengthened, and slimmed with the right stripes. Think about whether this is working for you or against you the next time you grab for that striped top. Make thoughtful decisions and express yourself with grace and confidence via your style. 3. Tropical overload. Tropical designs are frequently seen as the quintessential representation of youth, pleasure, and energy. Fruit and color explosions, vivid foliage, and bright flowers. They bring back memories of carefree days and brightness. However, more isn't always better when you're older than 60. Wearing excessive tropical designs can sometimes have the reverse effect of what you intended. Imagine this: a dress with pineapples, parrots, and palm trees covered with enormous neon flowers. Ads advertising vacations could be entertaining, but in real life, it can overpower your body, overpower your inherent beauty, and take attention away from your grace. Heavy tropical prints are problematic for reasons other than style. It has to do with harmony. These chaotic, high-saturation patterns can upset your silhouette's equilibrium, detracting from your face and producing visual confusion around your hips or midsection, areas that many women would like to soften. Here's the good news, though. Tropical doesn't have to be completely abandoned. All you need to do is change your attention. Select breathable tropical motifs. Choose monochrome flowers with space between each component, pastel colors, or delicate botanical accents. Imagine sage green palm fronds floating over a beige linen fabric or blush pink orchids on a subdued ivory backdrop. There is no shouting in these patterns. Sophistication is being whispered by them. Imagine wearing a sleeveless button-down shirt with delicate sky blue foliage tucked into high-waisted pants, or a cream-wrapped dress with dusty rose-leaf outlines, pearl earrings, and nude shoes or era. These clothes have the most flattering feeling of being light, fresh, and age-appropriate. Remember the importance of positioning as well. If a tropical design is limited to a scarf, belt, or skirt hem, it can provide the ideal pop of personality without taking over the entire ensemble. Instead of letting the print wear you, you may control the message by using prints strategically. This is the important part. You should be the first to arrive. Instead of competing with your energy, clothing should accentuate it. You may feel like you're working too much if you have overwhelming tendencies. However, a well-balanced, airy, and purposeful tropical print will make you feel light, self-assured, and effortlessly fashionable. Therefore, the next time you find yourself pulled to a dress that seems like it would fit in a souvenir shop, stop and consider whether it would make your appearance more energetic or less so. Because making big statements isn't what great style after 60 is all about. It's about being aware of the dots issue and knowing when to speak quietly. It was charming, she thought. Soft curls in her hair, adorable shoes, and a delicate polka dot frock. Before someone leaned over and remarked, You look adorable, just like a middle schooler. She had entered the room grinning. Everything changed with just one comment. The issue with small, grouped polka dots is this. They frequently give the mistaken impression of being young. Rather of emphasizing elegance and sophistication, they can make you appear younger, but not in a timeless or appealing way. In a way that is too kind, too shy, and too lovely. The goal is not to stay away from polka dots. The key is to pick them carefully. Visual clutter can be produced by tiny, repeated dots. They provide no structure. Additionally, they may seem less poised and more like a playground on delicate textiles. Particularly when printed on loose or unstructured clothing, they might even make your form appear flatter. What is the better option, then? Change to larger, uniformly spaced dots with lighter dots in ivory, blush, or soft white, ideally on dark backgrounds like deep charcoal or navy. Although this combination still has a light-hearted hint to old charm, it now exudes sophistication and maturity. Do you want something even more sophisticated? Try using tone-on-tone dots and delicate, textured designs so that the print conveys sophistication without being overt. A taupe matte silk dress with delicate gloss dots in the same shade can be captivating without being overpowering. Additionally, consider how the fabric and cut complement the design. A style icon is a midi skirt with strong dots made of a structural material. Trying too hard to stay young is conveyed by a dress with small dots and little contour. Respect the fact that many women are drawn to dots. However, pick dots that reflect your current energy rather than your personality from decades ago. You aren't here to be adorable. Your goal is to appear self-assured, sophisticated, and fully in control. Allow that to be reflected in your patterns. 5. Animal prints done incorrectly. When done intentionally, animal prints may be strong, amazing, and full of personality. If you go too far, something that was once considered forward-thinking can easily become overdone. Imagine this: an all-over leopard print dress in gleaming gold. It's daring, but not in a good way. It overwhelms the wearer with visual disorder rather than assurance. The elegance is lost in the roar, and the eye is unsure of where to land. The animal print itself isn't the problem. It has to do with its utilization. Animal print works best when it adds texture and tone without overpowering the entire ensemble. Refinement is the hallmark of mature style, which is understanding when to shout and when to quiet. So, how can you do it correctly? Use subdued tones at first. Consider earthy, warm hues: deep brown, taupe, beige, and velvety black. These hues provide drama in just the right ways while blending in perfectly with traditional outfits. Next, reduce the size and positioning. Use one animal-inspired item to anchor your ensemble rather than a print that runs from head to toe. A leopard blazer worn over a neutral basis, a zebra handbag, or a scarf with a cheetah design. Think about texture rather than contrast, and let it be the focal point rather than the entire narrative. Without being overt, you can create the illusion of animal print using delicately fading motifs, tone-on-tone animal prints, or subtle embossed patterns. It's the mature method to control and direct wild energy. To achieve visual harmony, team your print with a black shift dress, fitted tan pants, a cream top, or structured neutrals. Natural cosmetics, polished shoes, and few accessories finish the ensemble without drawing too much attention to themselves. The bottom line? Although animal prints have a lot of strength, it doesn't have to be obvious. They say, "I know who I am and I don't need to prove it." When done well, make your spots or stripes work for you rather than against you, and wear them with pride. 6. Clashing color. Chaos color is strong. Let's face it. It can make your day better, give you more energy, and even let you show who you are without using words. However, there's a thin line between looking colorful and overwhelmed when it comes to patterns with loud, clashing hues. You may have a brilliant yellow blouse with hot pink details that used to be fun, but now it washes out your skin tone or draws attention to all the lines you'd like to smooth. Or perhaps a garment with brilliant orange and turquoise flowers that once seemed new, now a bit overwhelming. It has nothing to do with your age. It's because you no longer look good in those colors. Color combinations with a lot of contrast and saturation might accidentally age your face by directing attention to the apparel rather than your inherent glow. Instead of enhancing you, they usually take center stage in the ensemble. This is the underlying science. Harsh visual edges are produced by strong contrast close to the face, such as vivid red and green or black and white stripes. This draws more attention to texture, such as uneven skin tone, fine wrinkles, or shadows beneath the eyes. The viewer's attention is drawn to the disarray of the print rather than your eyes or smile. What is the answer, then? Harmony of color. Tone-on-tone palettes should be used first. These are sets of related hues from the same color family. For instance, beige with camel, gentle sky blue with navy, light lavender with deep plum, or warm brown tones. Instead of creating friction, these delicate pairings produce fluidity. Your face once again takes center stage, where it belongs, and your ensemble feels well-balanced. Another sophisticated choice? Prints with watercolor or ombre effects, in which the colors subtly change from one to the next. These prints are contemporary without being overbearing, easy on the eyes, and skin-flattering. Without yelling, they imply depth and movement. Remember to provide the finishing touch as well. Texture is more important than color. Choose accessories with organic textures if you want your ensemble to seem rich and expressive. A cotton linen blend blouse, a soft suede belt, hammered metal earrings, or a woven straw purse. These components add depth to your ensemble without requiring stark color difference. Here is the conclusion. To be seen, you don't have to wear every hue in the rainbow. High-voltage neons aren't necessary to feel young. All you need are the appropriate hues. The ones that accentuate your best features, complement your skin tone, and let your innate beauty to come through. Because genuine style exudes confidence without shouting. 7. Abstraction gone wrong. Fashion that screams and fashion that talks are two different things. The purpose of abstract prints is to convey originality, inventiveness, and even a dash of contemporary style. But they have the opposite effect when done incorrectly. They drown you. Imagine being in front of the mirror while wearing a shirt covered in haphazard paint smears. Neon orange, teal, violet, and black are just a few of the clashing colors that are oozing into each other without any kind of shape or flow. Your contour is absorbed, even if it's meant to look artistic. The whole ensemble looks to be wearing you down, and your face appears harsher. This is the reality. Nobody explicitly states that abstract does not always equate to elegance, particularly for women over 60 whose beauty is found in presence, grace, and simplicity. When the lines are too erratic, the colors too loud, and the pattern too disorganized, the result is visual chaos rather than creativity. It draws attention away from your figure's inherent balance, conceals your best features, and adds mass where none exists. Don't give up on abstract completely, though, because with careful consideration, it may be really effective. Let's change the course. Instead of erratic swirls, use geometric abstraction to create patterns that are structured yet still feel contemporary. Consider layered themes, gently angled shapes, or curving lines that direct the eye rather than confound it. Depending on where they are placed, these prints can soften the shoulders, draw attention to the waist, or lengthen the torso. Color selection is yet another subtle yet significant factor. Choose harmonizing tones over bursts with a lot of contrast. Olive and gentle gold, cream and navy, blush and beige. Though they calm rather than shock, these combinations are nevertheless visually striking. Instead of squinting to understand your style, you want people to admire it. Additionally, where do you put the abstract matters. Prints that are center-focused, particularly on the upper chest or torso, can produce a lovely focal point without overpowering the body. Lift and lightness are produced when a shirt with a tasteful, centered brushstroke design is worn with high-waisted pants. Alternately, choose a midi skirt that tapers toward the hem and has abstract placement. It adds movement without being chaotic by gently bringing the eye downward. Do you want to take a risk? Allow your accessories to embody the abstract. An abstract-shaped pair of earrings, a scarf with a contemporary design, or even a purse with a painting pattern. In this manner, you can add flair without compromising harmony. Abstract can also be elegantly complemented with texture. A woven handbag, suede shoes, or linen pants look great with a blouse with a smooth abstract design. The style feels purposeful and elevated because of these tactile contrasts. Ultimately, the message is straightforward. Avoid letting the pattern take center stage. The attire should only accentuate your glow, not lessen it, because you are the canvas. Fashion after 60 isn't about following trends. Curating confidence is the goal. Therefore, if you're going to wear abstract, let it be a true reflection of who you are. Brave, astute, and naturally in charge of your narrative. She exits the dressing room with poise, radiance, and composure. What was she wearing? Effortless, soft-toned, flowing blouse with well-tailored slacks that look good from every aspect. Silent elegance without any commotion or noise. However, the attire isn't what really draws attention. It's her self-assurance. It's all in her smile. I prefer to be myself because I know who I am. Because following trends isn't what style is all about after 60. It's about becoming an expert at making decisions. It's understanding which prints accentuate your inherent attractiveness and which ones subtly draw attention to yourself. Dressing to please others is no longer important. Instead, you should respect your comfort, taste, and path. Style is not a yell. Clean lines, well-considered color schemes, and prints that inspire rather than overwhelm are how it whispers. Additionally, people notice more than just your attire when you dress with that aim. They see you. Take a time, then take a new look at your closet. Which prints continue to work for you? Which ones are merely occupying space? What print do you have to give up? Leave a comment below. Your style story would be greatly appreciated. For more timeless ideas, considerate style suggestions, and weekly reminders that you're not dressing to look younger, subscribe if you think fashion should feel like freedom rather than pressure. To feel stronger, you're dressing. Because age isn't a factor in style after 60. It has to do with power. Your style. Your regulations. It's your moment to shine.